Hi, what's up with you?
I need to keep up.
Isn't that just advertising?
No, I mean in my job. If I'm not careful, I am gonna become some kind of zombie.
What do you do?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, it's always changing.
Yes, I know what you mean.
You do?
Yes, I used to be able to get everyone in a room, frighten them to death. They'd then fill out a scary sheet and we'd all go home.
Exactly. And now we have to try and do that virtually and even socially, and I don't know where to start.
You could try using social media yourself.
What? Get drunk and put pictures of myself online. How will that help me develop?
It won't, but it would be funny. No, really. By using social media you can develop networks to help you learn about all this new stuff.
Do you do that?
What? The getting drunk bit or the learning bit?
Will you forget about the drunken pictures for one moment, please? The learning stuff is what I am on about.
Of course I do.
How does it help you develop?
Firstly, it helps me keep up and learn continually.
And that's what we all have to do now, isn't it?
Yes.
What else?
I am building up an external network.
How does that help your development?
Well, I get a lot of help from my colleagues, but that can only go so far.
Why?
Because so many things are changing and they change so fast. A network helps you keep on top of things.
2 heads are better than 1.
Yes.
I used to have a friend who had 2 heads. He was an idiot.
Okay, bad example. So what about 2,000 heads are better than 1?
I don't know anyone with 2,000 heads, so that won't help me.
No, think about the size of a network, not a person with multiple heads.
Oh yes, I get it. You connect with people who are connected with other people and your access to knowledge grows.
That's right.
Wow, but how do I keep up with 2,000 heads? I have problems just keeping up with my own.
Good point, and that brings me on to my third personal development area.
What's that?
Personal knowledge management.
What's that?
It's a fancy name for keeping on top of the stuff I need to know.
And social media can help with that too?
Of course, in fact, social media can also cure cancer.
That's amazing. Can it really?
No. I just said that, so I can now say that social media isn't the cure for all your development problems, but it really can help with some of them.
I am glad you said that, because you were starting to sound like some kind of social media evangelist.
I know. I am not sure if evangelist fits though.
Yes, I see what you mean. Anyway, you've told me about the areas of development you use it for, but what do you mean by social media?
Generally using online tools that let people publish and share their content with others.
Like Twitter or Facebook?
Yes, or blogs and wikis.
And Google Plus?
And Yammer.
And Delicious and Pinterest?
And Waze and Instagram and YouTube and Pocket and Extra Normal and...
Stop.
Sorry, I got a bit carried away there.
Oh my devil, where do I start?
Start small. Use a few tools for doing a few things.
What do you use?
I use blogs to keep up with my favorite authors.
Do you write a blog yourself?
No, although by writing a blog or just writing about what other people are blogging about helps you digest the material, reflect on it and apply it to your own circumstances.
So you just read blogs? That's not very social, is it?
I comment on people's blogs regularly.
Why do you do that?
Sometimes to ask questions about the article to help me understand it. Sometimes to add things to what the author is saying, and sometimes just to kiss their
But sometimes you just, well, read.
Yes, sometimes I am just a lurker.
What's a lurker?
Someone who hides in the shadows and just consumes other people's material.
I like hiding in the shadows, and then jumping out and scaring people.
Don't we all?
What other tools do you use?
I use Google Plus to read, publish and share content.
Why Google Plus and not other similar tools?
Well, it's up to you, but I like it because I can put people in circles.
Like the 7 circles of hell?
No, circles mean you can keep the stuff you share with your mates apart from the stuff you share professionally.
That's handy. So my drunken photos cannot be accidentally held up as evidence that I am not meeting my development objectives?
Exactly.
Do you use Twitter? That's the one that confuses me the most.
Yes, I use Twitter.
What for? Isn't it just the same as texting or instant messaging?
Well, the messages are short like texts, but they can include links, images and even video. They called tweets.
So what do you use it for?
I use it to keep up, of course. I use it to ask questions, and I use it for serendipitous learning.
You what? What's that mean?
People I follow often post links to stuff, and more often than not, if I am thinking about an area of development, I can search the people I follow to see if they've tweeted anything about that subject that may help.
Does it work?
It's surprising how often there's a link that you follow that takes you off to something you were thinking about.
That really is social media voodoo.
I also use Twitter to take notes.
Really? How?
If I am attending a conference or a webinar, I tweet about what's being said so that I can review them later.
Okay, is that social or just using a social tool?
Often people who are following me will comment on a tweet and the conversation can grow from there.
Thanks. I've really got more to think about now. Do you use anything else?
Well, Google Plus and Twitter are the ones I use for my ongoing learning and the conversations that help me learn. That's where I really build my profile.
Why is that important?
Well, people then get to know you and what you're about. Remember, you may not meet many of the people in your network face to face, so you have to build up trust with them.
How?
By being you. By being authentic. By contributing, sharing, helping and being part of a community. It also helps my employers.
How?
Because others can see that informed professionals work for my company. It strengthens their brand.
Are you telling me that what you do strengthens their brand?
Yes. Okay, well, maybe I like to think so anyway. So, is that enough to get you started on your social development journey?
Yes, I think so. You'll be here to help if I get stuck though, won't you?
Me and the rest of your network. Just remember to follow me.
Thanks.
One last thing though.
Yes?
Please don't put me in the circle you send your drunken photos to.